Alright, so what I want you guys to do today, okay, is in Schoology, in today's folder, there is a link called Causes of the American Revolution Brain Pop. Okay, I want you to go ahead and watch this Brain Pop video. It's only about like 4 minutes, but it does a really nice job recapping all the events that you and the information that you had written on and drawn on your Road to Revolution storyboard. Okay, so these events kind of built on one another that led up to the American Revolution War itself, right? One happened after another, and then it just angered the colonists more and more till finally, right, they popped. They burst. They were like, we're done. We can't handle this anymore. The king has gone too far in, right, his power over us, that we need to become independent and fight for our independence from Great Britain. And so, right, that's where, so that is the storyboard, right? We see that road that led to the American Revolution War itself, the war itself. And so after you watch that, what I want you to do, okay, is read Module 4, Lesson 2 in your textbook PDF. You see how I already have it saved to PDF Cabinet? Like I said, I really highly recommend you doing this because we're going to be basically using this PDF to be able to complete our organizer. And so what I suggest you doing is downloading it to PDF Cabinet so that way you don't have to keep going to Schoology each time. Again, this PDF is found in Schoology in that textbook PDF folder, Module 4, and all I did then was download it and open it with PDF Cabinet. Okay? Again, I want you to read through Lesson 2. Okay? About a couple pages here, but I want you to actually read it so you can learn how the war itself began, right? So yes, we were, the events that the Road to Revolution storyboard events, that's kind of what led to a war, but how did the actual war officially begin? Okay, and that's lesson 2 is going to answer that and pretty much talk about, some of the early battles of the war in itself. Okay, so after you done watch the Brain Pop video and read through Module 4, Lesson 2, okay, go ahead and open up your organizer. It should already be in Pages. Mine's just taking a little bit here to download. Okay, so you should have already done, right, your key terms from yesterday. Okay, what you're going to do now is some of the key people in battle. So in today's assignment, if you go back to Schoology, I know I'm going in between a lot of different apps here, but in the American Revolution Organizer 10-15 assignment, if you click on that, okay, you'll see the number of key figures and number of battles and which ones I want you to complete before tomorrow's quick check, before Friday's quick check, okay? Because quick check number 1 is going to include all of your key terms, these 5 key figures, and these 3 battles. Okay, so your key figures are George Washington, Paul Revere, Henry Knox, Thomas Paine, and Thomas Jefferson. I will say George Washington, Paul Revere, and Henry Knox are going to be found in Module 4, Lesson 2, and you'll have to go into Lesson 3 to find Thomas Paine and Thomas Jefferson. Okay, and then your battles are Lexington and Concord, Bunker Hill, and Fort Ticonderoga. Those 3 battles you'll see that are located in Module 4, Lesson 2. And that's why I'm also having you read again before doing this. So you already have that information and you see that is where you are getting the information from, because you should not, again, you should not be using the internet to find that information. Okay, everything is in your Module 4 textbook PDF. So if we go back to our Pages document, right, you see those first 5 key people that we are going to do. Okay, so what you need to do for each key person, you need to tell me what side was he on, right? This is a war. There's always 2 sides to a war. Okay, so we have the colonists, or the patriots, right? The patriots, okay, are people we learned from our key terms yesterday, are colonists who chose to fight for independence, fight for freedom from Great Britain. Okay, so was he on the patriots, the colonist side, or was he on the British side? The British, the redcoats, right? The British are going to be the other side, so it's the colonists versus the British, right? That is our war. Okay, so what side was he on? What side did he fight for? What side was he on, right? Okay, what was his impact in the war? What did he do that was important for the war effort? What did he do that is significant for the war, right? What kind of impact did he have on the war? Think of things he did for the war, right? Okay, what impact, what importance did he have to the war? And then I want you to include a picture, okay? Again, like we found the pictures yesterday, okay? Make sure you are putting the name, and then I would put American Revolution, after his name, to make sure we are finding the, correct picture, like we had to do with the word patriots yesterday, right? And so if I'm searching, right, George Washington, okay, I would also be putting American Revolution afterwards, right? Okay, and then I go to images, right? Okay, so then you see how there's one of him when he was president or versus one when he was actually in the war. I would definitely want the one where he was in the war, right? I would want this one versus the one where he was president. Because again, we're talking about him in the war, right? He wasn't president during the American Revolution, okay? He didn't become president until much later on down the road. Okay, make sure, again, I would search, their name, and then I would put American Revolution after, and I'm gonna say the same thing for the battles. Okay, to add that picture, right, I suggest you saving it again, right, add to photos, okay, and then when you go to pages, make sure you click on that box. You see how I just made that box highlighted, okay, then you go to the plus, photo, recents, and you see how it goes right into that box, right? And it is right there, and it's perfect, okay? So again, I would do something along those lines to add in the picture, okay? So you're going to do all the way up to Thomas Jefferson for today. Then we go to the battles, okay? So you're doing Lexington and Concord, Bunker Hill, and Fort Ticonderoga. Again, you're using your module for textbook PDF to find this information to be able to complete this on your organizer. So the first thing you're going to need to answer is who won. So which side won? Again, we have the British or the colonists. Okay, so did the British win this battle or did the colonists win this battle? Again, it's a war. A person won. Okay, so say who won. Then what kind of impact did this battle have on the war? Right? What importance is this battle? Why are we studying this specific battle of the war, right? What kind of importance did this have? Was it the, first battle of the war? Was it the first shots of the war? Was it a turning point? A turning point, right, is how did the tables turn of the war? Like I always think of, a basketball game or football game, right? When one team's losing, okay, right? But then what was the turning point where they made their comeback, right? And then they eventually end up winning, right? So think about it as like, what was it a comeback? When did they, start making their comeback in the war? Okay, the impact of the war. What importance was it? Was it the last war battle of the war? Okay, those types of things. Did it turn into, right, the one side who won? Now they own or in control of that area, right? Think of those things. Okay, then I want you to match which key figures were part of these battles, right? This is where we're seeing, right, not only are we learning about key figures and the key people, but also their importance to which battles, right? And then again, I want you to include a picture, and I'm going to say this again, when you search for, battles at Lexington and Concord, put battles at Lexington and Concord, American Revolution. Especially, when we get to some of these other ones, because some of these other ones we talked about in the French and Indian War. And so we need to make sure you're, specifically focusing on the American Revolution. Okay? When you're done with the, 3 key battles and your 5 key people that you're supposed to do, okay, and the assignment for today, make sure you screenshot that and then submit those screenshots here. So as a way for me to check that you did your work for the day, okay? Again, you need to have your key terms, these 5 key figures, these 3 battles finished before your quick check, okay? So then that way you can use this on your quick check.